Oh, many people ask me, Florian, what are all the indicators you use? Florian, what are these yellow lines, these both yellow lines that you are using and that you are showing on your charts every single time? And that's the purpose of this video, to explain you and showing you every and all the indicators that I'm using to trade this Nasdaq in live. So let's go, don't waste any more our time, and let's break it down. So first of all, I'm gonna explain you and showing you every time frames that I'm looking for to trade on this Nasdaq and in live. So let's take a look at this chart. First of all, so this is Nasdaq in daily, and I'm beginning to like I think everyone to look at this daily time frame. Okay, and my first indicator and my main indicator is these daily thin lines. So what is it, these daily thin lines? These daily thin lines are just a simple leading EMA cloud. So that's just both EMA cloud that I'm using, and it's shaping a cloud, okay? And it's the EMA 72 and 89, okay? And you can see that on every time frame, and on every market, they are reacting and working so well. So you can say absolutely anything what you want and criticize this moving average. So that's exponential moving average. It's up to you guys, but honestly, it gives me some insane entry point or target in trading and in investing too. So I know that it's working and I know how to use it. That's why I want to showing you. So look, for example, on this Nasdaq in daily, how it's working so well. So we have tough beginning of this year in 2026, and look, we are bouncing and rejecting every single time over there, these daily thin lines. And even when we are pricing above these daily thin lines, bam, bam, bam. Another time, bam, when we are breaking it to the upside, bam! Wonderful signal to take along right there. Or just a pullback over there, bam, 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 bam. Or here, two, here, two, here, two, here, two, here, two. That's just perfect signal. And as I said, over there, especially when the market is trending. And look, even we can even take a look in weekly. It gives us a nice area until the crack in 2025. A nice bounce, nice pullback over there, nice pullback to over there. So we got this nice area. Boom, pullback, just after the 2008 crisis about the subprimes. So yeah, you can see that these thin lines is just giving you a nice area and nice entry point and nice target. You can see that over there in the weekly, it's not a big deal yet, this dump. Actually, it's only if we start to breaking it to the downside that it starts to be really hard and really not good, you know. And for the moment, we have still time, we have still some margin, some space, okay? We can still breathe, even if we are breaking to the downside, these 23,800 levels, we have still some space. These both EMAs are still far away, so it's not yet a big deal, okay? All right, and we are staying bullish in the long term. So this was my first time frame and indicator that I'm using daily, and these thin lines. Another example, let's take a look on this Bitcoin. The daily thin lines on this Bitcoin are working so well, especially after a crack. Look, we are bouncing up to these thin lines in daily, over there too, and bam, when we are starting after a huge and massive recession, when we are starting to breaking it to the upside, bam, that was your buying signal to take massive longs over there. That's what I did, and it's making some just a nice dollar cost averaging on the low of this Bitcoin, and that's what I'm expecting again right now and just waiting a nice dump until Bitcoin, and then when we will break to the upside these daily thin lines, I'm gonna start to buy massively some Bitcoin and holding it. Okay guys, and I remind you, it's not a video about how to invest, but about trading, and how I'm trading in live this Nasdaq. So, and every indicator that I'm using. So I'm using this market profile. So for those who don't know what is it, is market profile, it's just a chart where every 30 minutes is corresponding to one letter. So when we start the day, we start with the letter A, okay? And this color is giving us the signal and the information that we just opened the day over there. So it means that during the first half hour, we were to the high until here, so until today at 24,330, and then to the low until here. And after the second half hour, bam, this is the letter B, and that's what we did. Okay, so we were until here on the high point, and then the lower point we were until here, and so on. And right there you can see for every single day you have this market profile shaping the price of the day. Okay, but in letter, and every letter corresponds to an half hour. So then when you are stacking every letters all together, so let's stack it again, every letter all together, so we have this kind of shape about this market profile. Okay, so it's just giving us a signal where the price it was the less of the time during the day. So we can see that we just closed the day over there, so we didn't spend so much time over there, but we spent a lot of time at the middle on this daily range. There's a lot of things to say about this market profile and volume profile too. I'm not looking at this volume profile, but I just have it just to compare the market profile and volume profile all together. And what I'm using on this market profile is the single print. And single print, what is it? Is where we just priced one letter. Okay, one letter. So it means that when the market just print a price less than an half hour. So over there, for example, and often it's at the extreme of the daily range. And look at today. Look at today. So today we just had okay, to the top of the day was nice single print, and I'm just drawing it like that. Then yesterday we had a single print too to the bottom of the day. We just worked it. Okay, we were in this area and we worked. There were a lot of volumes, okay, to work this area, because yesterday we didn't spend enough time in this area. So that's why today there was a lot of volume inside of this area. So I can remove it because she's not anymore relevant. This area 2, let's remove it. And you can see that, for example, just over there, so it's not even at the extreme, but there inside of the daily range we have some single print too, and that's why I'm drawing it, because it's giving you a really nice signal. I'm doing it absolutely every day. Then I'm looking at this 1 hour chart. So this 1 hour chart, I find that it's just a perfect mix between daily and intraday, okay? Because it's a high time frame, but it's not a huge and big, a really big time frame like 4 hours or daily, you know? So that's why I find that it's the sweet spot to do some intraday and look at a bigger chart too. In my opinion, I find that when this market is just directional, the thin lines are working so well too, so well. And I used this 1 hour chart a lot when I had a systematic trade to get the main trend. I don't really like this market because we are just in a range, and that's why it's less relevant. But when we are in a directional market, it's working so well. The pullback, the retracement to the upside or downside, and that's why on this 1 hour thin line the price is really often rejected. So as I said, I'm looking a lot in it, especially even during my trading session, looking a lot at this 1 hour chart. So I have my single prints drawing over there with this red rectangle. I have my thin lines, as you know, so EMA is 72 and 89, and I'm using this volume profile on all the contracts on all these markets, and I'm not looking a lot at this volume profile too, but I know that this VPOC is often a nice area, a nice level where the price is just getting rejected to. And look over there, bam, it was the bottom of the day, and here you can see that it was a level that the price has walked a lot. So I know when we are getting closer of this level, why not? There's a potential opportunity to take a contrarian trade. Okay, and now we just passed at these 5-minute charts. 5-minute charts, as you can see, there are two new indicators. First of all, the first one is this orange line. So what is it? This orange line is a VWAP. VWAP, volume weighted average price. And there are even 3 new indicators. So volume weighted average price, I think everyone knows it. It's a kind of moving average, but it's just weighted on the volume, and everyone is looking at this level. Absolutely everyone. Retail traders, okay, but it's not the retail traders who's making the market, but even institutional traders. And that's why when the market is hitting it, often the price is rejecting this level, so this VWAP. And that's why there are a lot of contrarian trades to take too, but when we are breaking it in one side, you have to be careful to not be in the opposite way, because you could be really fucked up. So the thing is, with this VWAP, every institutional traders are going to tell you that to take a long, the best long that you can take is below the VWAP, okay? So for example, right there, we are below the VWAP. So it's really, really good to take a long, to buy the market, okay? And shorting the market, it's a bit harder, but ideally, if you want to take a short on this market, it would be above the VWAP. And for example, I have a rule which say that during my trading session, I don't have to short the market when we are above this VWAP. And this rule save me a lot of profit. Okay, then I'm using this indicator below this chart, and what is it? Is the cumulative volume delta. This cumulative volume delta is very fine on the CR chart. I've already compared it between TradingView and CR chart, and it's absolutely not the same, okay? The real cumulative volume delta is on CR chart. TradingView, I don't know why, but he's wrong. And it could give you a false and wrong signals. Okay, so be careful, guys, if you are using the cumulative volume delta on TradingView, because he's completely wrong. And that's just the spread and a calcul between buyers at the market and sellers at the market. Okay, so if we have more buyers at the market than sellers, this cumulative volume delta is just going to the upside, and the opposite, if we have more sellers than buyers, this cumulative volume delta is just going down. So this cumulative volume delta is an indication of the opposite expositions of these market makers, because market makers is only bringing some liquidity into the DOM, the desktop market, okay, into the market, and he's not taking some liquidity. And also this cumulative volume delta is every transactions that every operators are taking from the markets, okay, buyers vs sellers at the market only. So all these guys are taking some liquidity, and they are taking it from the liquidity provider or from the market makers. And so this cumulative volume delta is giving you the opposite exposition that the market makers are. So let's take an example. For example, right now this cumulative volume delta is at minus 3,280. So it gives you the standard that these market makers have a long expositions about almost 3,300 contracts. And it could give you an indication and information, this cumulative volume delta, about the power of the markets during a precise moment, especially in trading, especially in intraday. Okay, right now let's pass on this 1 minute chart, and right there you have the IB high, IB low, and that's what we're gonna talk about it. What is it? Is initial balance, so IB high and IB low. That's what we call, as I just said, initial balance. So this initial balance is the first hour, okay, after the open. This is the first hour. So we just opened as usual at 9 a.m. 30. So this is the IB low. This is the low of the first hour, and this IB high is just simply as that, the high of the first hour. And a study shows you that there's 98 in history, there's 98% of chance on this Nasdaq that during the trading session we are going to break either the IB high or either the IB low. But at least we have 98% of chance that we're gonna break at least one side of this initial balance. So all the game is to find which side we're gonna break it. And this gives me a lot, and almost every day, some strategic trades that I'm trying to hold it. So as we did it today in live stream, I just took a short over there because I had plenty of signals and confirmations that we could go lower, and I just took my profits over there on this bottom of this initial balance low and on this bottom of this day. Why? Because I know that we have, as I said, 98% of chance to break it. So this was a massive trade, and I just made my day only with this trade. So that's why it is to know this information and to know this initial balance, so the range of the first hour, and then if you can with your own method, your own trading method, you can feel the markets and know in advance in which way we're gonna break it, this initial balance. It could be only with itself a trading method and a nice trading strategy. And of course, I'm using in the same time this 15 minutes OPR. So he's really famous, this 15 minutes OPR. I think this is the first thing that I learned when I started my trading journey, and this is almost the same thing as the initial balance, but for the first 15 minutes. So I drew it every day like that with a white line, okay, white horizontal line. So this was the high of this first 15 minutes, and this was the bottom of this first 15 minutes. And when we are breaking it, it gives you a nice signal too of the power of this market, if you are more bullish or bearish, and it could gives you a lot of setups to, for example, a break, then pull back on this OPR and playing a bounce on it, or just, for example, a reintegration of this 15 minutes OPR, pull back on it, and let's play a reintegration and play it all the OPR until the next side. And then to end these videos about every indicator that I'm using to trade this Nasdaq, I'm using my famous and preferred time frame, especially to do some scalps. I'm using these 300 ticks on this Nasdaq. Why? Because it gives me the entry, the timing, and a really nice entry too, when I'm respecting all my criteria. So as I told you, I have my price, my market, my VWAP, my thin lines for every time frame, and as I told you, on every time frame, it's working very well when the market is just trending, okay? Not ranging, but trending. And I'm gonna show you. So over there, this is my cumulative volume delta, okay? We are in a shorter time frame. And how I'm using it, I'm just drawing every resistance and support. And for example, when we are breaking it, so for example over there, we just broke to the upside. The previous resistance, so it's giving me the signal and the information that we have more buyers than sellers right now. So why not that we could go higher because there are more buyers than sellers. But another example, look over there, we have a bottom just here, okay? And we are breaking the low over there, okay? So it gives you the information that there are more sellers than buyers. But look at this price. This price is not making new low. Instead, that's and while that this cumulative volume delta is making new low. So what does that mean? It means that there are a lot of limit orders at the bid, which is sustain the price. And that's why even despite that there are a lot of sellers, this price couldn't go lower. So it would be so easy that, okay, there are more sellers than buyers, okay, this price is gonna go down. Everyone would be millionaire if it was so simple. So sometimes you could be trapped, and that's why you need to be careful, and using only this cumulative volume delta is not enough. And then, as you can see, I'm using another indicator to time my entry even better. It is RSI, but as you can see, I'm just moving my camera. This is a special RSI W, only available on Sierra chart, and you can compare it with a normal RSI if you have it on TradingView. It's not the same. And as you know, these indicators which are following the price are working so well when the market is directional. And that's why when we just got directional during the day, look if we are just adjusting. So let's take this high point, let's take this low point over there, let's draw this low again, and bam, okay? And let's compare right now. Bam, okay? I just adjust my my horizontal line to this resistance. Then bam, we just hit it and reject and going down again. And boom, I drew this horizontal line for this support, rejected and struggled around this support over there. Bam, rejected here, and rejected here and here almost again. And for my resistance, we rejected here again too, and over there we are just making a new resistance just below. So let's draw it, and bam, bam, bam. And this is how I'm adjusting during all the day my resistance and support to know when I want to enter in a trade, if it's worth it or not, and if I have a potential good entry or not. So let's say, for example, okay, over there I want to take a short because I think it could go lower. Look where you are. Look where it is. RSI is it? He's just at the middle. Okay, he's at the middle, so it's not really bad, but it's not really good to an optimize entry. But when he's just going over there, it's more preferable, or even better, here or here. Yes, this is over there a nice spot to take a short, okay? And so much more ideal than right here at the middle when RSI is at the middle of his range. And it's working at the opposite way if you want to get long. And this is it for this video. I gave you absolutely every indicators that I'm using to trade this Nasdaq since this last year with a discretional approach, and I'm using this method and these indicators every single day. So if you are curious too and you want to work even more one indicators among everyone that I'm using it, don't hesitate to watch me on Phidias Profim YouTube channel. I'm live, it's completely free, and you can ask me every questions. And hope you really like this video, and if it's the case, don't forget to put a thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Of course, there's going to be this in the future and in this next time a lot of educational content, and of course some entertainment content too. Almost one of the unique YouTube channel in trading with this kind of content, so make sure to subscribe and activate the ring or not the bell. I'm confused every single time. Okay, so I'll see you in the next one or in live stream, in live, and we are doing every single day from Monday to Friday the best trading show in the world. So let's see in the next one. It was Florian. Bye bye bye.
Yo, his name is Florian, he's the NASDAQ hustler. Every day he's grinding, making all them numbers cluster. He's a day trader, living life as a thrill seeker. Analyzing charts, he's the Wall Street sneaker. 9 to 5 ain't his game, it's the stock market flow. Tickers on his mind, watching those numbers grow. Buy low, sell high, that's the name of